because she was a threat to Elizabeth's throne. Also, since Mary was Elizabeth's closest relative, heir, and Catholic, in the eyes of the English Catholics and Catholic powers of Europe, she was seen as the perfect replacement for the Protestant Elizabeth.
That's interesting. But what does this impact exactly, specifically in the Elizabethan era?
Well, you tell me, Hamis, what do you think this impacts?
From what I heard from you so far, I believe that this impacts culture, because the Catholics wanted Mary and the Protestants wanted Elizabeth. This probably also fueled the religious tensions, right? It probably also haunted their lives too.
Yes, and in 1570, all Catholics were expected to go against Elizabeth and show support for Mary due to the Pope excommunicating Elizabeth, affecting daily lives by increasing the religious tensions. However, this led to several plots, but today we are going to focus on the biggest and most influential plot, the Babington plot.
Breaking news! We interrupted this program to report an urgent news from England. Sir Francis Walsingham had discovered coded letters exchanged between Mary, Queen of Scots, and a man named Anthony Babington, a Catholic plot to assassinate Queen Elizabeth I. Sources claim that Mary, Queen of Scots, may truly be involved. More details as they unfold. Hey, I know that plot. Isn't that the one that was started by, what was his name again? Oh, Anthony Babington, right? It was created in 1586, and the main goal was to get Spanish aid, assassinate the queen, and grant Mary the succession to the throne. Although Mary was also involved in the plot, right?
Yes, indeed. Mary was clearly involved in the plot, as she and Babington corresponded about the plot's progression through secret letters. However, it did not go as far as they hoped. Elizabeth's spymaster, Sir Francis Walsingham, was able to intercept what was happening and used the evidence to sign the conspirators' ends. So you can see where this is going, right?
Sir Francis flips and reads, "My heart and hand is yours until death. The Queen must fall." Written in Mary's secret letters. Yeah, he probably got imprisoned and he might have confessed under torture. In August 1586, he probably got executed too. That happened on September 20th, 1586. Also, now with the strong evidence against Mary for plotting, the Queen could easily put Mary on trial, right? But does this truly impact the Elizabethan era that much? That's just a matter that probably wouldn't have affected much, right?
You're wrong about that, Hamis. This had a profound effect on England at the time, such as in literature, as newspapers and pamphlets were being made detailing the events, spreading the news. This also strengthened the impact on the religious strife that affected everyday life. The rivalry between the Queen of England and the former Queen of Scots on Catholicism versus Protestantism.
She was put on trial, though, after her crimes were discovered, on October 14, 1586. She pleaded innocence to her treason and said she can't be tried, as she was a consecrated queen. She was still found guilty for her actions and was sentenced to death.
Where did you know this information? Did you search it up again?
No. This time I found it from a book called Mary, Queen of Scots and the Murder of Lord Darnley. It's a very interesting book.
What else is in that book?
In this book, it continues to explain that after slight hesitation from Queen Elizabeth, she finally agreed to sign the death warrant on February 1st, 1587, and on February 8th, she was beheaded. By the way, I also searched this up in the encyclopedia just to make sure that this is correct information.
Yes, but see what this causes? This enraged Catholic Europe, such as the King of Spain, who tried and failed to invade England in 1588. However, in the long term, Mary's son, King James VI of Scotland, who was Protestant, inherited England too in 1603, becoming James I of England, cementing England's Protestant identity even further. With Mary's death, it further strengthened England's